Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Or are you an ambivert? Let's find out. Hello! So I wanted to bring a little bit of nostalgia to my channel. Back in the day, my friends and I used to come home from school, get something to eat, get some snacks, listen to our favorite songs, turn on the TV and watch our favorite shows, music videos. We used to bust out the magazines, talk about our crushes, and take some quizzes. So I wanted to have a little bit of fun and bring that here. Are we introverts? Are we extroverts? Or are we ambiverts? So if you want to take this quiz with me, I'm going to be leaving the link to this quiz in the description box, also in the comment section. Click at your own risk. So far there's been no viruses. I'm not being paid to do this. This is not sponsored. Nobody's asking me to do this. I simply just wanted to have some fun. So let's get started. By the way, my name is Charisse. Welcome to my channel, Gracefully Charisse. Okay, so it is quiz time, and by the way, let me know in the comment section whether you take this test or not. What do you believe you are? An introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert? I will be leaving the definitions of each in the description. Okay, so this quiz has 10 questions. Let's get started. Okay, number 1. You tend to find talking to new people, A, awkward, or B, energizing. Okay, so for me, it really depends on the person, the circumstances, the situation, because when you connect with somebody, it can be energizing. But when, I don't know, for me, most of the time it's a little awkward because, and don't feel sorry for me when I say this, and it's not about caring about what people think, but I'm aware that people tend to misjudge me and prejudge me before they get to know me. And so I'm not knowing how they're receiving me. So sometimes it's just a little awkward, and especially if they start asking personal questions. But I mean, I like talking to people, random people. I just talked to somebody random today in the grocery store line. So, but I'm gonna go with awkward. 64% agrees with this. Okay, number 2. In general, which of the two are you more likely to feel? A, bored and understimulated, or B, overwhelmed and overstimulated? Okay, so the thing is, I don't get bored. I just don't get bored. Either I'm doing something, I'm thinking about doing something, I'm creating something in my mind, like I'm already, like my artisticness happens in my mind most times, almost every time first before you see it. Ever since I was a child, I've always kind of known how to entertain myself. I just don't get bored. And plus I'm a daydreamer. So overwhelmed and overstimulated because some of what I do sometimes, even when it's the most fulfilling situation, sometimes you can feel a little overwhelmed and yeah, overstimulated. I'll go with that because I don't get bored. 48% agrees. Okay, number 3. You usually get more joy out of A, watching a great movie, or B, reading a great book. Absolutely watching a great movie. I love watching movies. I do, just kind of getting lost in like another story, like someone's story, whether it's a true story or it's a fictional story. I just love movies. I don't know, whether it's comedic, romantic comedies. I just love it. It's kind of an escape. So I'm going to go with watching a great movie. So 69% agrees. Number 4. You would hate working with someone who's A, brash and overbearing, or B, timid and meek. Okay, I don't like the word hate, so I'm going to say dislike. So, okay, here's the thing. If you're working with somebody who's, at least me personally, who's timid and meek, I feel like, especially with the meek part, there's more humility there. I feel like I don't mind encouraging and uplifting, versus like working with someone who's brash and overbearing. Sometimes there's egos and there's arrogance. Probably not the happiest work environment. I feel like there's pros and cons to both. Even with timid and meek, sometimes someone who, may demonstrate that, they might not speak up for themselves as much or speak up when something needs to be said. But then brash and overbearing, well, it's brash and overbearing. And I don't like difficult, like characteristically difficult situations of any kind. So I would dislike working with someone who is brash and overbearing. So 68% agrees. Okay, so number 5. You feel more yourself when you're A, the center of attention, or B, in the background. It depends on what I'm doing. I'm going to go with the angle of purpose here, okay? Because it's not about being the center of attention for me. Part of my purpose in life is, it has to do with me being used by God. I am in ministry. It has to do with me being seen and heard, music, creativity, artistry. So I feel the most fulfilled, which would mean I feel most myself when I am tending to my purposes, when I am doing God's will, when I'm fulfilling my purposes here in life. So I'm going to go with the center of attention only because I'm going with the angle of fulfillment. So 33% agrees. Okay, number 6. The people who know you best are more likely to describe you as someone who's A, outgoing and talkative, or B, quiet and reflective. Now see, this one is kind of difficult for me to answer because sometimes I'm so quiet and so in my daydreams, so in my thoughts, so in my creativity that you won't even know that I'm in the same house as you. I can be super, super quiet. However, as you can see, I'm very chatty. I love to talk. I can talk on the phone for hours. Literally, my record is like a little over 8 hours on the phone. So I can talk. I think the quiet and reflective version of me comes out when I am listening to someone and someone is in need of encouragement or uplifting. If they need to be like loved on, like, sisterly love or family or something. Yeah, and when I'm by myself. So I think outgoing and talkative, I think people might see that version more. So I'll go with outgoing and talkative. 58% agrees. Number 7, in your free time on the weekend, you'd prefer A, mingling at a party filled with people you've never met before, or B, sharing a deep conversation with a good friend. Okay, yes, deep conversations. I love talking to people and having deep conversations and connecting with people. I feel like for me it's been rare that I've actually been able to really, really deeply connect with someone and just talk about something deep. And I think that's okay. I feel like that's what makes it more special, when you find special people that you can do that with. So just a nice, well-rounded conversation where we can talk about life, we can talk about back in the day, we can talk about God, we can just goof off, and I just love conversations like that. So I'm going to go with sharing a deep conversation with a good friend, or, of course, I look forward to doing that with my future husband as well. And 86% of people agree, which is interesting in this social media world. I think there are other people like myself who are just really desiring those deep connections again. So it's good to see. So number 8, almost done. When you meet someone for the first time, A, you usually do most of the talking, or B, you usually do most of the listening. Honestly, I do most of the listening. Like when I barely meet someone, except when it's that rare time again, when you deeply connect, it's even. I'm talking a lot, they're talking a lot, and so I love that. So, but anyways, yeah, I usually do most of the listening. Okay, 66% of people agree. Number 9, you're more likely to recharge your batteries by A, going out with a group of friends, or B, getting some alone time. Honestly, alone time. Alone time, if I've been out somewhere, an amusement park, some type of a big gathering for relatives or just anywhere where there's a lot of people, sometimes even when I'm in that moment, I kind of go off and I'm like, okay, time for another, bathroom trip, or I'll take a walk, or I'll go outside. It depends on how comfortable I am, who's there, who I'm with. But then when I get home, I'm like, okay, time to unwind. Then there's another element to this though. When you go with somebody who you're close with, or maybe you're gonna hang out with somebody afterwards, That also, I count that as alone time as well, because I can just hang out with just me and that person, and everybody else is no longer like there, or we're not amongst those people. So just alone time, you know, we're just chilling. There was a couple times where I had friends live with me, so when we would go out to places, we would actually just come home and chill. Sometimes we'd get some food, watch something together, and then we just like go our separate ways in the house. so I'm gonna say getting some alone time, whether that's me by myself or alone with someone special. 71% of people agree. So final question, number 10. You're more productive when you're A, in a cafe, or B, in a quiet room. Honestly, in a quiet room. You know why? Here's why. Because I'm just too like curious. Or like if I'm at a cafe, I'm gonna be distracted. I'm probably gonna see somebody that I know. Sometimes I don't want to. And sometimes I'm gonna be like, hey, they might see me, they might come say hi. If there's music playing, like things are just gonna be distracting. I'm someone who's like what we used to call back in the 90s, like a people watcher. I know that sounds creepy, but it's not. What I mean by that is this. I can go, and you've seen people like this, I can go to a park, sit on a bench or on a hill in the grass, you know, laying on something or sitting on something, and I can watch people walking their dogs, kids throwing balls back and forth, feeding the ducks, and I'm just gonna be in this place of peace. I'll be listening to the birds, enjoying the beautiful weather, and I just find humans so interesting that I'm just gonna find peace just watching people be. And because I'm like that, I cannot just be productive in a cafe. I find humans, like, I'm not nosy, but I find humans just in the way we interact with each other and the way we carry on in life. I find us too interesting. So yeah, in a quiet room. 76% of people agreed. And according to this test, I am a ambivert. Yes, this is very accurate. I can be very extroverted and I can be very introverted. It depends on the moment. It depends on how I'm feeling, what's going on in life at that time, who I'm with, who's surrounding me. Like I'm both. So definitely an ambivert. So if you took this test or not, what are you? What do you think you are? Again, I'm going to be leaving the definitions in the description box and maybe even in the comment section. So let me know what you are. By the way, hello to the new subscribers, and hello again to those of you who are revisiting my channel, whether you're subscribed or not. Don't forget to subscribe if you like something that you see here. I don't want to niche my channel down too much, so this channel is a variety channel. We're random, we're smiling, we're serious, we're laughing, we're vlogging, we're creating, we're talking femininity. I love that topic. So yeah, this is a hangout spot. Whether you are a lady or a gentleman, doesn't matter. You're all welcome here. Just please, we keep things positive and loving here. So yeah, stay tuned for more. And until next time, do all things in love and gracefully. Okay, I just got home from grocery shopping a little bit ago, putting all the groceries away. I'm hungry, so I'm about to eat. Okay, so goodbye for now. Come back. Don't forget to come back.